Hey everyone. This brief video is to go along with this particular um, assignment of the continuous numbers question. What you had to do here is select 4 numbers in a square. It could be anywhere on the grid. So they want you to make a selection that looks something like this. So there's 4 adjacent squares, and they're arranged, 4 adjacent numbers, and they're arranged in a square. So it could be those 4, it could be these 4, but that's where you start. So once you have the 4, I'll use this example here. So I have a 43, 44, a 53, and a 54. There's 2 questions. I'm only going to address the first 2 questions. Is they want you to manipulate the diagonals a certain way. I think in the first problem they want you to add across the diagonals. So they want you to compare the numbers arranged this way. So put the numbers arranged this way. So they want you to compare, how does 43 plus 54, how does it compare? I'll leave a little blank spot there, to 53 plus 44. So you would do the math to both sides, and you would see if you'd see what you get. Now you'll have to repeat this a number of times to see, is there a pattern going on? If you've done enough times, if it seems like the pattern, the challenge here is to describe what the pattern is. And the next step is to explain why it could work for any numbers on this particular 100 chart. I think in the first problem, they want you to add. In the second problem, it's the same thing, except then they want you to multiply the numbers, which, granted, is a more challenging problem. Well, the last one is I left as a challenge problem because it extends the multiplying problem even further. But as a hint, what I would get you to consider is here's number 43 in this example. How do each of these numbers, the 44, the 53, and the 54, how do those numbers compare to 43? So if you think about how each of these numbers compares to 43, and then we'll look at the particular 2 addition problems you have here. That is the hint I'm giving for how to do this last step of explaining why it works. So remember, as we've learned this first week, that everyone's a math person. You guys can do it. You can do it. You can do it. And it's in the struggling of thinking through problems is where our brain grows. So if you're being focused, trying to work this through, good for you. Your brain is growing. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you next week.